Hello everyone, I hope that I am live right now. Please do let me know guys that if my voice is clear or not. Depending upon that, we will start. Of course, today, like I've already said, we will be starting off with arrays. I hope that you have done your assignment given for yesterday. I guess it was to learn about switch statements and also a little bit going in depth about the break and the continue statements as well. So I hope that you have done the assignments. Yeah. Secondary thing, today what we are going to do today, I like to highlight upon that. First of all, we'll be starting with arrays. Again, today is an introductory session upon arrays. Most of you are beginners to C++, and hence I want to go with each of the topic very clearly. So we'll be starting off with arrays. We will look at what arrays are, why are they useful. We will then go into the different functions, for example, insertion, delete, search in arrays. We will also look at why arrays are not enough. Why do we have like standard template libraries like vectors? So we will also look at that. We'll give an introductory session about vectors today. I don't suggest you to practice questions using arrays, because vectors are something like, you can think of vectors as the entire arrays hyped up to level 100. Okay, so we today we'll just be covering these important topics. So these are just the beginnery things that you require to do the next two classes. In the next two classes, that is tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will be looking at different algorithms that are present in like array related questions. We will be covering four algorithms, I think so, like prefix sum arrays, two pointer systems, sliding window techniques, and all those kind of stuff. So that will be done tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Today is just an introductory session on arrays, just to make sure that you all have the basic understanding that is required to complete the next two classes. For the next two classes, I want you guys to have at least a laptop with you. Like, just open up the session on your phones and have your laptop with you. If you don't have a laptop, just like try to arrange something so that you can code along with me. If you're not able to code along with me, don't worry about that. Just take down the notes, and after the session ends, go to those lead code questions and then start coding. Okay, I hope that you will be able to do that. No, I'm not an intern at Microsoft. I'm an intern at Geo. Like Parag Mittal is the intern at Microsoft. I hope that you are clear with that. Divyanshu Maurya will be starting to practice on lead code from tomorrow. I just want to ensure that everyone attending the bootcamp has the minimum knowledge that is required. Okay, so we will be completing the minimum knowledge today itself. Parag Mittal, another instructor here at Shape AI, is from Microsoft. Okay, so yeah. Uh, you don't need an app for that. You can use an open IDE. You can even use like lead code for that. You can like code along with me on lead code via your phone itself. Yes, lead code is free. Asmit Bajaj. Yes, one of the good questions are, can only coding get us great internships? So one of the highest packages that are being offered is by Code. I think so, Code Nation. Okay, so its CTC is 34 lakhs, but like in hand you also get 34 lakhs. Like for example, even a big company is offering you 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs in CTC. In hand, you are only able to get approximately 20 lakhs, not more than that. Coordination just takes you on the basis of your coding, like just on your CP skills. Okay, it does not even looks at your development. No projects are required, and it offers 34 lakhs in hand. So that is the highest that you can get with that. Okay, so let's start right now with our current today's session. See, no matter from which branch you are from, it does not matter. Nowadays, companies don't see that kind of stuff. You only need to show that you have good practice and good knowledge in programming, like competitive programming, and also as like you need to show them good projects as well related to development. Coordination is a company. Okay, so for those who did not register, no, we will show you an attendance link today in middle of this session. Just fill up the attendance form and then we will consider that as your registration itself. Yeah. So yes, you can also use VS Code for C++. So let's start right now. Arrays in C++. I hope that you have brought your notebook and pen and just take down notes. Whatever I'm teaching, it's important. So arrays. Okay. So who took this pen? Let's see. So arrays are, so for example, you want to store the information of all the students in your college. So you have your college, okay, and the college has said that you have to store all the information of all the students coming to your college. Okay, so for example, the college has said, okay, there are 100 students that have registered. You have to store the like details of all these students, at least the names of all these students. So what can you do? According to what we have learned up till now, you can initiate 100 variables. Okay, you can initiate 100 variables for each of the students. You can continuously maintain it, continuously update it to maintain the names or marks of these 100 students. But this is highly ineffective. Okay, why will you write a code of 100 lines and every time you need to update something, you have to search for that particular person's variable and then update the marks or update the name there. So this is highly ineffective. Like this is very tedious work to do. So for that we have arrays. So what does arrays do? Arrays are used to store multiple items together of similar data types. So for example, you have an array of marks. Okay, you have an array of marks of 100 students. So what does this happen is it will start from here and it will have 100 blocks. Okay, and each of these blocks corresponds to one student. Okay, so each block corresponds to one student. We do not use 100 variables to like store the data of these 100 students. We use a single array. Okay, so elements are stored at contiguous locations. So what do I mean by contiguous locations? So you have your memory. Okay, this is your memory of your particular computer. So each memory has a particular address. Okay, the address could be like, this is just like blindly I'm writing a particular address. Okay, so you have many different addresses where you can store these variables. So what does array do? Array will bring out 10, like it will just take out 10 addresses. Okay, and it will store your information together in these 10 addresses itself, so that you don't have to like create variables somewhere else. Like it is not like linked list. Everything is concise. It is stored at a contiguous location. It's stored continuously at like continuous locations. Okay, so for example, if you are storing int, I'm just taking an example, the size of each int, for example, where you are writing 1, okay, the size of each integer is like 8 bits. Okay, 8 bytes. So each int has of 8 bytes. So what will array do? It will bring you like a particular address, a particular array of addresses of 80 bytes. Okay, each 8 bytes denote one particular integer. Okay, so for example, this would be, so the starting point, let's just erase this thing off. Let's make it a little bit neat. Okay, so for example, we have this particular array. So if I'm starting from right over here, this exact portion has an address of, for example, Z. Okay, so this will be Z plus 8. This will be Z plus 16. This will be Z plus like 24, and so on and so forth. So each block is of 8 bytes, okay, where you store a particular integer. So you can, so in a particular array, you store data of similar data types. So for example, this array stores numbers itself. You can have an array of strings, okay? You can have an array of floats. You can have an array of double floats, okay? So you can make an array, but it has to be of the same data type. It cannot have mixed data types inside of it. So this is one of the most important points. Now you have to understand that, so how can we access these locations? So for example, Shaurya Sinha has the array of the 15th block. Okay, sorry, the third block. Okay, so this is the first block, second block, third block. The third block is assigned to Shaurya Sinha. So how can I like retrieve information from that? Because think of that particular block as a variable for me. Okay, so how can I retrieve like how can I bring data from that particular block? How can I put data back into that particular block? This is a good question to ask, because that is why we are changed our scenario from variables to arrays. So what can we do right now? Let's try to understand that. So in all the languages from Java to C++ to Python, like majority of the languages are zeroth indexed. Okay, they are zeroth indexed. So what does zeroth indexed means? That this particular block is treated as 0, this particular block is treated as 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So if we have a particular array of size n, then the last block will have the index of n minus 1. I hope that you are able to understand. We start indexing from 0 in all the three languages: Python, Java, and C++. So these are called as zeroth indexed languages. So the first block is indexed as 0, the second one is indexed as 1, and the last one will be indexed as n minus 1, where n is the size of the array. Now for example, if I want to change the second item from the array, I can randomly access that. So this is one of the advantages of array. This is called as random access, that I do not have to traverse from here and go up till here with a counter and then check that okay, this index is 2, and then I'm able to change or retrieve it. I can directly write ARR 2. Okay, and this is equivalent to the data that is present inside this particular block. Okay, so I can do ARR 2 is equals to 5. I can do ARR 2 is equals to ARR 2 plus 5, or something like, if I want to increase 5 marks for Shaurya. If I want to decrement, so I have caught cheating. Okay, so if I want to change the marks for that particular test for Shaurya to 0, so I can do that as well. So this is how you can randomly access that particular block and change the data in that by just using its index. So this is one of the biggest benefits of array. The second biggest benefit of array like third biggest. The first one was you do not have to make 100 variables. The second one is that you can randomly access the data present in the arrays by just using the index of that particular block. The third biggest benefit of arrays is it is cache friendly. Okay, so what do I mean when I say it is cache friendly? So what is cache? I hope that, okay, so I think so most people will not know what exactly is cache. So you can think of cache as the memory closest to CPU. It okay, so let's just like, so you have your CPU. I hope that you're familiar with CPU. Every computer has a particular CPU inside of it. Okay, each CPU has an attached cache blocks. Okay, these are called as CACHE, cache. Okay, so you have the cache blocks, and these blocks are the closest memory that are present near the CPU. Now, nowadays, cache are usually integrated inside the CPU itself, and in the latest M1 chips by Apple, they have the entire CPU, GPU, cache, memory, everything is stored in one chip itself. But usually you have the CPU and you have your cache 1 and cache 2 that are attached to the CPU itself. These are the fastest memory that are available. Fastest memory. Okay, and these are the costliest as well. Like after the CPU memory, cache memory are the most costliest. That's why you have cache like 8 MB or like 16 MB and not more than that. They are so costly. So these cache, so what the biggest benefit with array, that is like cache as a property. Okay, so whenever you are having a variable, okay, so these variable x, for example, is equals to 10. So this variable x is actually stored inside the memory. Okay, so you have this particular memory that you are having. So this particular variable is stored in this particular memory like this. So you have this memory, each memory has a particular address. Okay, these address are used to like find out where the memory lives, like exactly lives in the data where the memory exists, and these addresses are like saved in a symbol table and so on and so forth. So that is a very high level overview. We usually teach it in our paid courses, but that will be very high level for you right now. So these addresses are used to refer to that particular memory block. Okay, each memory block has data inside of it. So for example, if I'm having a variable x is equals to 10, so I will have x saved in my symbol table, and that so x is saved in my symbol table. X refers to a particular address right over here, and that particular address keeps my data 10. Okay, so when I have initialized a particular variable x, so that will be brought in inside the cache itself. Now, when the data from the memory is being brought into the cache not only brings that particular that particular memory itself, it will also bring the nearby members as well. So, for example, you have your x saved over here as 10. So, what will cache do is when bringing this particular thing in, it will bring this entire array, means entire list of array addresses. Okay, it will bring the entire list of addresses inside the cache, so that it does not has to go back again and again to the like bigger RAM to just figure out what the memory is. So that is like a very huge, it takes up a lot of processing cycles. So that's why cache directly stores some, when just bringing a single variable, it just brings upon multiple addresses and stores it into the cache, so that if the next variable is within those addresses, it can just directly take it from there. It does not have to spend a lot of time going to the RAM. So the benefit of arrays, like I've already said, is they are contiguous. That is, they are continuous sequences of like addresses. Okay, each of them are stored together. So when you are just bringing the first address itself, the cache brings in almost all the nearby addresses. So that's why like arrays are inherently very friendly, even vectors as well to some extent, and hence arrays are extremely faster than other data types like linked list and so on and so forth. Linked list has a problem that it refers to another address that will be at some other location, and hence it takes a lot of time just to traverse through a linked list. That is one of the benefits of arrays. Now coming to the types of arrays. See, this is a very high level thing that I've taught you right now. This is something that is important with terms of interview. Try to research about like what exactly is symbol table. We usually teach all this symbol table and everything in our paid course because like that's 4 month long and we have a very long period of time just to research about all these things. So yeah. So moving forward, arrays. They have two types. Okay, so you have the first one, fixed size and dynamic. So what do we mean by fixed size? So as we have already explained, like if you are having an array of size n, then the last block would be n minus 1 indexed. So this n is the size of the array. How many blocks are present in an array? So if you are having an array that is like of size 100, so you always, in the case of an array, you always declare the size of the array first, otherwise it will not work. That is one of the biggest demerits of array. So for example, if you want to create an array of size 100, you will write int, okay, that is the data type of that array, the name of the variable for that particular array, so arr, inside like inside the square brackets you will write the size of the array, and that's all. Okay, then the semicolon. So now you have declared a particular array. Okay, you have not initialized it, you have not assigned something, you have just declared an array of size 100. Now for example, you want to take in some input from the user and declare the array or something like that. You can also do that by int arr n. Okay, so this is also a particular array of size n. Then the last one is int arr. You're not specifying the size like in the brackets, but you have the array on your own, so 10, 15, 20, 25. So this is an array of size 4. Now the problem with this is, for example, like let's take an example again for that particular college. Okay, so the college has started taking in admissions right now, and you were hired by the college as a freelancer to create a like you must have a particular portal for your students. Okay, you want to create a portal for your students, so you were hired as a freelancer. So you asked the particular college that, okay, what is the like number of students that you are expecting? So the college said, okay, we are expecting 500 students to take admission. So you made a particular students array that has the size of 500, and there are 500 blocks inside that. Now after the admission process is over, only like 300 students enrolled. Okay, so 200 memory locations were left empty, you did not use them. Now that has been allocated to the particular array and you didn't use them, so you're just wasting 200 good memory locations. So these 200 memory locations got wasted. Okay, this got wasted, so we don't want that. The second scenario can happen that, okay, you ask them how many students are going to come, they said that okay, on the maximum it would be 500, and when the registrations happened, 800 students came up to register. Now you don't have that particular space, you cannot increase the number like the size of the array. Once you have made the program, you cannot increase it any further. So now you are stuck with this particular array, and 300 students cannot register because you have a very shitty program. So that is a major issue. These both, like it can even overshot, it can even undershot. So these are the two biggest disadvantages with normal fixed size arrays. Now okay, so this is something like again, like for just for information purpose, the memory that is saved in stacks. Okay, stack memory. Just like write it down, an important point. I don't need not to explain it because I don't think so you are very familiar with operating systems and these concepts. So like just think of it as all the fixed size arrays are always declared and saved in the memory of stack. Okay, stack memory. So moving forward, so this was one type of array, that is fixed size array. Now let's move to the second type of array, that is dynamic array. So dynamic array, again the examples for dynamic array are vectors in C++. Okay, you have array list in Java. There is no concept of fixed size arrays in Python. You have list in Python. Okay, so Python arrays are always dynamic in nature. So you have vectors, array lists and lists. So these are the three dynamic allocations that happen. Now let's try to understand what exactly do we mean by, like, okay, what do we exactly mean by dynamic arrays. So dynamic arrays is a very important topic, guys, because you will not be using arrays like 99.99% of the time. You will always be dealing with vectors, unless until it has been like implicitly told that okay, you cannot use anything except a particular array. At that particular point of time, you have to use an array. So again, coming to vectors. Now, this is just an introduction, guys. Just like we will be dealing with vectors heavily from tomorrow, but just an introduction about what exactly do we mean by dynamic sized arrays. So for example, you have a particular array of size 0 to 99, that is of size 100. Okay, so for that student administration service, you created a vector of size 100. Now as soon as the 100th position is filled, okay, as soon as like the 99th position, the 99th position is filled, what will vectors do? It will like double itself. So it will become up till 199. Okay, it will double itself to 200 memory locations. Now the doubling takes at like some time, like, but on an average it takes about O of 1. By O of 1 I mean that negligible timing. Okay, just like think of it as that. As soon as the 199th position is filled, like all the position got filled, 199 is reached, it will double itself to 400 memory locations. Okay, so this will become 400, this will become 399. Okay, so this is how vectors work. So you don't have to worry about at what point of time will my array just like get filled and I cannot take in more number of students, or what if it undershoots, or what if it overshoots. So this is all handled by vectors. So for example, in array you have a particular code that you have to use to find the size of the array. In vectors you can directly like vectors dot size. Okay, that's all that you have to do to get the size of the vector. In arrays you have to write int n is equals to size of array divided by size of int, and this is like a huge code that you have to write just to get the size of the array, and that is all like done by vectors. You can find the first of vector dot begin, vector dot end. All these STL functions are so easy to implement, and it makes your life like so easy. Okay, so next, any other points that, okay, one of the major points differences between arrays and vectors that I forgot to mention is, so for example, when you are declaring an array and a vector, okay, so let's declare an array and a vector. This takes so much time. Okay, so you have an array and a vector. So you declare an array as int, whatever data type you want. You can have a string, ARR, the names. Okay, so the ARR or names are the variable name for my array, and then you have to declare it inside and that's all. This is your array declaration. For vectors, you have vector. Okay, of course, in the starting you have to include hashtag include vectors. Okay, so vector int whatever data type you want, so vector string, Okay, and then you have to name the vector ARR, and then in round brackets you can even mention the size of the vector if you want. If you don't want to mention the size, you can do that as well. So for example, names, and you can even mention like for, but here you are using round brackets. Just remember that these are square brackets, these are round brackets. You may or may not mention the size in case of vectors, but in arrays you always have to mention the size. So in so this is just a declaration. Okay, you have allocated n memory locations for arrays and x memory locations for vectors, but what does they initialize to? So for example, this is my n net size array. Okay, so all these memory location would be like random. Okay, these all memory locations would be random in nature. This could be 100, this could be 200, this could be like the data inside these memory location. This could be 5 4 0 1, something like that. It can be negative 4000 or something like that. So all these data are like I cannot say distinct, but like random in nature. In case of vector, when you are initializing a vector of size n, okay, all these memory locations have initialized the data as 0. All the data are 0. You can even assign it to be a particular value. So for example, vector int x of n size is equals to, and in curly brackets you can write 1. Okay, so all the like data would be 1 inside the initialized vector. So this is how you use arrays and vectors. Now this was just an introduction, guys, so that you can get just a brief about the arrays and vectors. Now continuing with the topic, the second thing is what are the different functions that we can do upon arrays, because today the main focus is arrays. So let's try to understand what are the different things that we can do on arrays. Okay, so first one is search. So you have a particular array. Okay, let's see, 4 5 10 15. Okay, this is your array. I can represent it as like in this format: 4 5 10 and 15, and I just want to remove this particular thing. Okay, so this is my array. Now I want to search 5. Okay, so what can I do? I will have to create a particular counter I. Okay, I will have to initiate the counter as 0 so that it points to the first index, and then I will increase the counter in such a way that until and unless I like get ARRI, okay, ARR, that particular index, as 5. Okay, until then I will be keep on increasing the pointer. As soon as I hit this particular thing, I will return I. Okay, that is the index of that particular number. Okay, so this is how we do search. I hope that you are able to understand this. You want to search for a particular number in an array. So what you will do, you will create a counter I that denotes the indexes of that particular array. You will go from I is equals to 0 to I is equals to n minus 1, where n is the size of the array. Here the size of the array is 4. Okay, so n minus 1 would be equal to 3. So I will go from 0 to 3. We will implement a for loop for I is equals to 0, I is less than equal to 3, I plus plus, and once we are inside the loop, we'll check if ARRI is equals to 5. We have already seen how to randomly access a particular index by just putting the index inside of square brackets. As soon as this equivalents to true, okay, so we will go inside the if loop and we will return or see out I. Okay, so this is how this particular thing will work. So let's try to code it right now. Okay, I will have to disconnect it right now. Ajay B, yes, these are some basic concepts that exist on the internet, of course. But what we are trying to do is we are catering almost 300 people who are extremely beginner in like C++. Okay, so they do not have any experience with C++, and we have to take them up as well. So we are taking in everyone into account, and according to that, we are doing what we are teaching. I hope that you are able to understand. I know most of you are very familiar with these topics. Even I am familiar with this topic. I'm already placed, but still, like, I'm practicing these concepts. This is because most of the students here that are attending the live session do not know these topics to a deeper depth. We will be like. Does this session have assignment for today? Jem Lisbo, yes, we have assignment for today, and we will be giving it in. For example, Shikhar, as said that he's also a beginner, so we are trying to cater everyone. Ajay, if you want private tuitions, you can join some institute that is taking up 1 lakh and just get into it. Okay, so that's something. So let's continue with the coding part. Okay, I'll just open up a particular IDE. Okay, why is this not opening? Something happened to my net or something? What happened here? Don't tell me the server is down for IDEO 1. Okay, so let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Till then, I will be seeing your comments. Okay, so it has opened, so I will not be seeing your comments now. So let's continue from where we began. So yeah, so first we will be like whatever I've taught right now, that is search. We'll start from there. Okay, so first let's like declare a particular array. So I have shown you how to declare an array. We'll be writing int, that is the type of that particular data type of that particular array. We'll be assigning a particular variable name to that particular array. We will have like 20, 5, 7, and 54, 44. Okay, something like that, and then 55 as well. So let's take in this particular array, and we will also have a particular number that we want to search. So let's first search for 44 itself. So int x is equals to 44. So we want to search for the number 44 in our array 25, 7, 44, and 50. So what we will be doing is we will be like implementing a for loop. Okay, so I've already taught you for loop yesterday, if you guys remember. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than equal to, here the size of the array as you can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the size of the array is 5, so we will be going up till 4. So I is less than 5, I plus plus, and after that inside the for loop we have to search for the like number x. Okay, so if ARRI. Okay, so ARRI is the data that is present inside the ith index. Okay, ith block. So we have I is equals to checking the condition that if the left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. Is equals to x. If it is equal to x, then in that particular condition we want to print cout is less than cout is less than, we will print, for example, I. Okay, the position of that particular x, and after that we'll write break. Okay, because we don't want to continue once we have found our first occurrence of that particular integer. For example, I could have, like, for example, here I could have okay, 44, 32, 66, 6, 44, and then I'm putting it out. So I want the first occurrence of x. That is, I want the answer to be 0, 1, 2, 3. I want the answer to be 3. I want the first occurrence of x. So that's why I will write break right over here, so that as soon as I like hit the first occurrence of x inside the array, I can come back out of the for loop, and then I can just end my like everything that I'm doing right over there. So if I'm doing this particular thing and if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that we are getting, okay, why it is not running? Okay, so I guess today Ideon does not want to work or something like that. Just let's, okay, so it just deleted my entire code. Yeah, that happened. Okay, so let's type the code again. I don't have any option for that. Int arr is equals to 4, 5, 6, 44, 55, 66, 44, 6. Okay, and then we have our for loop int x is equals to 44. Then we have the for loop for int I is equals to 0, I is less than, and the size of the array this time we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will go up till 7 equal to 7 I plus plus, and inside the for loop we will have the if statement like we have already discussed. If arri equal to x, so you can of course have this like x equal to arri. It does not matter. Okay, both of the statements are exactly similar. Will be c out less than I less than space. I like you can ignore the space for now, and then we have the break statement. So I hope that this will work right now. Let me just copy paste the, okay, so it is not working. I will have to go to another IDE, I guess. I will have to take up another IDE. I think so. It is not working. Okay, it worked. So yeah, we got 3 as the output. As you can see, we have I is equals to 3 for 44. That is 4 is 0, 5 is 1, 6 is like 2, and 44 is 3. So we got the first occurrence of x, that is 44, as 3. Now if I want to print out all the occurrences of 44 in my array, that is like I have all these arrays and all these numbers, and I want to print out each and every occurrence of 44 in that particular array, I can just remove that particular break statement, and every time my code encounters a 44 in my array, it will print out its location. Okay, it will print out its index. So if I'm running this particular line of code again, you will be able to see that the output would be 3 and then 6. 3 and 6 would be the output if it runs. So yeah, so it should have printed out 3 and it didn't. So why did this happen? Let me check if arr is equals to c out. Okay, so it was just slow. So we got 3 and 6 as the output. Okay, so this is how you can search for any number inside an array. So this is a very simple, just an example to get you guys familiar with using arrays. Now let's move on to the second task that are usually associated while we are dealing with arrays, and that is so we have completed search. We will move on to insertion in an array. Okay, let's do insertion in a particular array. So we will ignore some particular code that we'll be writing right now, and okay, no, the form link is not disconnected. The screen is blurred. I think so. My screen should not be blurred. It should be totally fine. If everyone is having a problem, please do let me know so that I can do something about it. Okay. So yeah. So the second thing is insertion. I hope everything is fine. So for example, you have a particular array, okay, of size n. Okay, you want to put up x inside this array at data x as inside this array at position pos. Okay, so you have all these three constraints that are happening. So, and the last constraint is of course that there is a particular limit to what you can insert in your array. So for example, if your array is filled up to the brim, okay, so you cannot of course insert something into the array, so just ignore that particular case. So the index at which, the position at which you want to like insert that particular element, what you can do is arr pos -1, so that we can get the index for that particular position, because last position is the last position is indexed as n minus 1, so you get pos -1 as the index, and then you can just reassign it as arr I. Okay, so for the last condition, now if you want to insert somewhere here, okay, so for example, you have an array like 4, 5, 10, 15, and 16, and you want to insert right over here. So what you can do, so there are two ways you can do the insertion. First of all, you can just replace this particular number by your x. Okay, the second thing that is actually the insertion code that is considered as insertion is to have the particular array as 4, 5, x, 10, 15. Okay, so you are having this particular thing as your insertion. So how can you do this? Okay, of course, like you will have to add like the size will be increased by 1. Okay, so initially if the size was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so initially the size was 5, now the size has become 6. Okay, because you have inserted something in the middle. So what can we do? How can we do this particular extension of the array and all those kind of stuff? So for that, what we can do is we can make an entirely new array. Okay, so if this was the original array, okay, this is the new array. This original array has a size of 5, this new array has a size of 6. So what we'll be doing is we will be traversing up till position I minus 1. So for example, you have the position index, you want to insert at position pos, so we will traverse the loop from I is equals to 0 to I is equals to pos minus 1. These all will directly be copied. As you can see, we have directly copied the first original array inside the new array. After that, we will be like inserting x at pos. Okay, so arr new arr would be pos would be equal to x. Okay, and then after that we will continue like with all the rest of the array, we'll be copying it in the rest of the new array itself. So this is how insertion takes place, that you have inserting something in the middle and the rest of the thing works absolutely fine. So let's try to code this right now. We'll also be seeing the difference between the like a new array and the previous array as well. So let's write a particular block of code for it. So here we will be having an entire new function for our insertion. So we'll also look at how can we make a particular function as well. So let's get started. I hope that this is visible to everyone. Okay, so we have declared our array. Okay, so this will be our array. The size of the array is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The size of the array is 7, so int n is equals to 7. Moving forward from that, we have our particular like, okay, so what do we want to insert? So we want to insert int x, okay, as 40 at int pos as 6. Okay, so for example, let's just take in 4 for example for right now, or 3. Okay, so let's take in pos as 3. So we have our particular array. Let's just print out the current array. So see out before \n, and Yeah, and after that we will having our for loop for int I is equals to 0, I is less than equal to ni plus plus, and we'll be printing out the entire array. So our array would be c out less than arr and I. So we will have a particular like difference between the elements by putting up a little bit space between the different elements as well. Now we will go to the next line, but just writing that endl. So cout less than endl. So this is also a way to move on to the next line. Okay, if you want to move on to the next line, you can directly write cout endl. So that stands for end line. Okay, so we will have our particular n is equals to okay, we have n as yeah, so we will insert. Okay, so we will insert this. For example, what we can do right now, the first we will have to check if we are inserting. So up till position pos 3, up till pos, by up till I mean like we are not considering the pos index. Okay, we're considering from 0 to pos minus 1. So we have a for loop for int I is equals to 0, I is less than equal to pos minus 1, and we have I plus plus. Okay, so this is our insertion loop. We'll create a particular new array. So int arr of size, we will keep the size as we know n plus 2. Okay, so n is actually 8. The size of the array is 8. The indexes are up till 7. So just like let's just put it as 8 itself. So the size of the array is 8. We will go up till 8. So we'll have I less than n, and here we will have I n plus 1. Okay, so we'll go up till pos minus 1, and we will have arr I. Okay, so we are having, okay, new arr. We'll just rename this as new arr, and we will have new arr is equals to new arr I is equals to arri. So we are just copying the original array back into the new array up till pos. We'll have the new arr pos as equal to the index. Okay, so for example x, that is what we want to insert, and then we will have another for loop for int I is equals to 0, I is less than I is less than the new arr is of size n plus 1. So we will be going up till n plus 1, and up till n plus 1, and after that we are having I plus plus. Okay, so we are not going to start from 0. Actually, we are going to start from pos plus 1. Okay, so we have inserted up till pos. We have copied the original array up till pos minus 1. We inserted the x at pos, and now for pos plus 1 to like the end of the new array, we will be inserting from the original array. So the a new arr I is equals to new, sorry, is equals to arr I minus 1. So why I minus 1? Because the new array is having one insertion at pos, so we have moved the entire original array one block in front of it. So we are accessing one block behind from the original array, and then assigning it to the new array. This is a spelling mistake right over there. And now we can print out the new array as well. I will just copy paste this particular line of code down below so that we can see the new array. So after, after, and then we will have up till n plus 1, because we have increased the size of the array, and we are having cout I new. So that will be new arr. So let's id on it. Let's see what do we get as an output after inserting a new element 40 at position 3. So it is taking a little bit time, I guess, like the server is down right now. Okay, so there's a particular problem. Okay, I just made a particular blunder right over here. So that will be the same above as well. So just take care of these operators. Can happen sometimes. Okay, so I think so this should work. Let's just see waiting. Um, and yeah, so we had this particular array before 4 5 6 44 55 66 44 6, and after we have 4 5 6 40 44 55 66 44 6. So we have inserted 44 at pos is equals to 3, so 0 1 2 and 3. So this is how we insert a particular element inside our existing array. Now I hope that insertion as well as search has been completed. The last one is deletion. Okay, you want to delete from a particular array. Now in that particular case, you will have to decrease the size of the array by one block. So now I think so let's take the decrease, like how to decrease a particular array, like how to delete a particular element from an array as a homework, as an assignment. You have to do it on your own. Try to be punctual, guys. I'm not able to check your assignments, but this is for you, your benefit itself. So try to complete that particular assignment on your own. Try to understand the concepts behind it. This is very important. So many of the students had like messaged me that please try to keep the session up till 9, and so on and so forth. So we will be having the session for today up till 9. I'll be showing you the attendance link right now. Again, you just have to take a screenshot. It will not be more than for a minute on my screen. So please take a screenshot, guys. I will not be having it more than 45 seconds on my screen for today. And then after okay, so day 3 attendance. So this is the attendance link, as you can see on your screen. If there's some problem, you're also seeing on my screen as well. The price of the paid course is 3,500, but of course we also have a particular referral program. So if you are able to bring in one people, so that will be giving, we will be giving you 10% discount. If you are able to bring 3 people, we'll give you a 50% discount. And if you are able to bring in 5 people, we'll give you a particular 100% discount for your course. So the course is actually 3,500 for 4 months. We have two courses. So one is just for DSA and algorithm. So that is 1,800 for 4 months. Live. Everything will be taught live. And the second one is like it's a training and an internship program where we first train you for so many things, and then after that we then give you an internship as well. So that is 3,500 for 5 months. 4 months. So of course, like we are giving you 1 month holiday for your exam. So we understand that you have exams in your college as well. So we have 1 month holiday. So we have 4 months of training and 1 month of holiday. So the net is like 5 months. Yeah. Okay, so this is the link on my screen. You can copy, like screenshot it from here. Okay, and then I will just remove it from here. So you can enroll it for the course from our website shapeai.tech. I know the website is not good. We created this website in under 30 minutes. So this is not at all what we wanted, but yeah, this is our website currently. So we have currently we will be updating the course for as okay, I will just update it later on. You can like see download the syllabus from here. You will be able to see the syllabus from right here. Data analyst, it's a training and an internship program. And yeah, so you can check it there. Okay, so that's totally different. The form is on my screen. Please just screenshot it or something like that. Okay, I'm moving back to my code. So this is the code, guys. Someone asked for the code back again. I will just scroll. I will just full screen it. This is so bad. Okay, I hope that you are able to screen see the screen like code on my screen. Okay, so yeah. See, GFG paid courses on, like, I don't personally feel it's good because like it just focuses upon data structures and algorithms. You will be learning via videos, and that is just for data structures and algorithms and not for computer programming. They do not handle computer programming. What we try to do is, we for our data analyst training and internship program, you have two classes every day. 1 hour for data structures and algorithms and computer programming and interview prep, and the second one is 1.5 hours for data structures and data analyst, machine learning, deep learning, web development, and the development portion in general. So like, and we are able to provide you with both and training as well as internship as well. So that's something that we have. Aryan Sinha, as I've already said, we will be dealing with vectors from tomorrow. Okay, so that's something. You do not have to submit the assignment. Assignments are for your own good. Okay. So day one attendance, I've already said that there was a mistake from our end. We were not able to send an email back. So just ignore that. We already know who has done. So we got about 1,000 people had put up their attendance for day one. So we know who has done and who has not. So don't worry about it. Okay. So if for 1 or 2 days you were not able to put up the attendance, we will be considering that, but not more than 2 days. Okay. So like for 13 days, we will consider that. Okay, so you have attended important classes at least. Okay, so DSA course has not been updated. We will be updating it within 2 days. Okay, yeah. Shivam Verma, I'm not able to understand the question. See, Arihant Kapoor has been asking these questions regularly. I think so. He's a good like coder, so please, like, just practice is something that you have to do. Like for especially for competitive programming, it's just practice. Okay, and nothing else. So yeah. Yes, Vishal, we have a particular internship opportunity also available at our like setup. For example, Ashish Modi, okay, he is one of our interns. He was in our first batch. Okay, we took him in for an internship of about 35,000 rupees per month, and like now he's interning with us. So he was the part of our first batch of like graduates. As you can see, I can show you our graduates as well from here. So we have Shubham Kumar. He has also joined us as a part-time intern at Shape AI right now. He has been into Goldman Sachs. We have Abhishek Sai, Microsoft, Pranjal Kumar, Microsoft. We have Bhavya Kala, Microsoft, Ajit Garg, Wells Fargo, Atulya Arya, Goldman Sachs. So in the first batch, we didn't had a lot of girls. There was just a single girl. So yeah, Abhay Patro, Wells Fargo, Avinish Ma, Goldman Sachs, Raghav Loya, Walmart. Devesh Vishwakarma, he has been placed in Reliance. He has also going to join at Shape AI as an mentor as well. We have Mahi Patel. She's also a mentor at Shape AI and has got an internship at Deutsche Bank. We have so many people. So Ashish Modi got an internship at Shape AI itself. We took him as an intern as well. Okay. So yeah. So there are two courses, as you can see. So today's lesson is over. For those who want to go, they can go. Just I'm just sitting around here doing nothing. So yeah, we currently have posted only one of the courses, data analyst training and internship, as you are able to see. Okay, so the second one will be posting soon. We have not yet posted. Okay, we'll be learning about sorting algorithms after 3 days. Okay, after 3 days we will be like going into sorting algorithms. So for today, Jim, I have already repeated 2 times that for today the assignment is to implement deletion of a particular element from an array. So please listen carefully. Okay, yeah. Of course, see, Dhruvi, you need to understand that doing internships like marketing for internship and all those do not like get you placed. Okay, they do not have any importance in your resume. None. Getting internships as a data analyst, as a software engineer is something that has a particular importance on your resume, and that is what we are providing for any on campus or off campus internships or placements. You need two things. Okay, first one is the knowledge, the skills, you need to have that. So for that you refer to a lot of courses and everything. And the second one is internships. Now for internships or jobs or something like that, and that should be in that particular related skills. Okay, so what we try to do is we have one particular course where we teach life. This is not a course, this is a training and internship. We train you in all the relevant skills. You can check out our like brochure. It is on the site, like you can go and visit the brochure, the topics we'll be covering. You can see all those kind of stuff, and then at the end you have a capstone project. On the basis of the capstone project, we provide you with an internship certificate of 5 months as well. So that brings, we also help you to get prepared for your interviews. We are doing a lot of different things as well. So yeah, there is no submission of the assignment, is just for you. If you want to like do that, you can. So currently, like Shape AI is not taking any interns at this moment right now. We have taken up 4 interns. Two of them are from Microsoft. One is from Goldman Sachs. So yeah, and one is from our batch two. So we will be taking in one person from our batch two as well. The student ambassador at Microsoft is Kesha Kaneria. She is one of my good friends, and she is the student ambassador at Microsoft. Sorry, student ambassador program Microsoft. So whatever that is. So yeah. Yes, we'll also be helping you with placement assistance, as I've already said, LinkedIn, GitHub, resume building. So how to set for the internships, mock interviews, and all those kind of stuff. We continuously do that. So I'm a first year student and I'm very new to coding. Which course should I take in JPI? Harshit, I should suggest that if you are really interested in getting placed at a good company, then you should take the data analyst training and internship program, because there we cover data structures and algorithms, competitive programming, interview preparation, data analysis, web development, and so on and so forth. So I am suggesting strongly that you should take that up. You can go and refer to our website. Please do that, so you will be able to do that as well. Of course, we provide LOR after the intern as well. That's why what an internship means. So yeah. You can go upon our website, Faisal or anyone else. You can directly go to our website, shapeai.tech. Okay, so that's all for today. Yeah, any MNC company is good. There is no MNC company that is bad. So yeah, so bye everyone. The link has already been shared. For those who are missed out on the link, just go back, take the cursor back, look at that particular link and do it. So we have given the link, you had to take a screenshot of that. So good day everyone. I've already shared the attendance link. For those who have missed, please like look at that. Okay. So bye everyone. Rishabh, I hope that you are not of age 11. And see, I can say that, okay, Bill Gates also started coding from this age and now is a billionaire. How to become a Bill Gate? Okay, so that's not really a question. Okay, you have to do hard work, you have to continuously practice. That is the, and you have to have a good luck. That's all. So yeah, it is one time fees. Yeah, Arnab Chakraborty. So yes, okay. Bye everyone. Have a good day ahead.